Alabama lawmakers' push to have congressional maps redrawn has been met with legal pushback. Former federal judge and attorney UW Clement has filed a motion that would challenge the Secretary of State. WVTM 13's Jarvis Robertson sat down with him today.
Retired federal judge UW Clement filed that federal motion because he feels Secretary of State Wes Allen should prove why he shouldn't be held in contempt of court.
Recorded vote 75 ayes, 29 ayes, 1 abstention. HB1 has passed.
Alabama lawmakers passed HB1 in anticipation of the U.S. Supreme Court agreeing to lift an injunction on Alabama congressional voting maps that some believes violates the Voting Rights Act. I sat down with former federal judge and attorney UW Clement because he has filed a motion in federal court for the Secretary of State Wes Allen to prove why he shouldn't be held in contempt.
The Secretary of State and the state legislature represented to the court that they would not challenge the existing plan until sometimes after the 2030 census.
Which happened in August of 2025 to a 3-judge panel. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall has requested the Supreme Court to take a fresh look at injunctions previously imposed on Alabama in 2023. This comes after the High Court issued its ruling in the Louisiana v. Calais.
Because the case specifically mentions the Alabama case. And it says that they're not disturbing anything that's happened in the Alabama case.
Judge Clement says District 7 is only majority black. Here's what he calls District 2.
It's only 48.7% black. That's less than a majority. It's an opportunity district.
He's confident in the efforts of the legal team fighting to keep the current maps in place. Clement feels justice is on their side.
I think that they are going to be as successful in their present efforts as George Wallace was when he stood in the schoolhouse door in 1963.
Jarvis Robertson, WVTM 13.
Attorney General Steve Marshall has filed a response to Clement's motion, calling it frivolous. It goes on to say that Secretary Wes Allen has the right to appeal the injunction. You can read his full response in the WVTM 13 app.